And now, it's time for Levack and Goz to answer the question, why?
Why? Tell me why?
Why?
All right, it is time for Wednesday Why. This is a chance for us to make sense of the universe. Goz has questions. We have to figure them out for him. We can't say why not is the full answer because he gets all butthurt. Go ahead, Goz.
The Buffalo Bills benched Tyrod Taylor. Nathan Peterman's the starting quarterback. Why?
Because you already know what Tyrod Taylor is. He's a poor man's Cam Newton. And nobody wants a poor man's anything in the NFL. So find out what Nathan Peterman is. He was a bit of a, dare I overuse the phrase, gunslinger in college. Could you have that in the pros? I'm going to wait for you to finish this one, but I have a why back.
They want to lose. I'm convinced the Buffalo Bills have done everything this season to try to either lose in 2017 or, in a nice way to put it, build for the future. However you want to spin that for your public relations, your sports information directors, that's how they want to spill it. You trade away Sammy Watkins. You get rid of Marcel Darius. You don't re-sign Robert Woods. You bench your quarterback who has you right now as a playoff team in the AFC. The Bills have done everything they can this season to try to lose games. But despite that, they continue to win. That feels like the answer to me because Tyrod Taylor didn't give up 34, 34, and 41 points on defense the past 3 weeks.
Let me ask you a why.
Okay.
All right. Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane come from the Carolina Panthers. They went and they took their wide receiver. They've got other members of the offense. That team is predicated on a mobile quarterback with a big arm. Tyrod Taylor is a mobile quarterback with a big arm. Why are they moving away from that?
That's a really good question. I think here's how I'll respond, because I can't respond why not or because I can't do that. I'll respond with that it's Rex Ryan's former player. They've done everything they can that if you had a Rex Ryan influence, you were signed by Rex, they want you gone, bye-bye, see you later. Those things do match up, though.
There is no Tyrod. There is just do or do not.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Tyrod.
Ben McAdoo is still the head coach of the New York Giants. Levack, why?
Because the Giants believe that they are one of the measuring sticks of the NFL, that the way they handle adversity is the way everyone else should. So they're not going to enter the fodder just because we say they should. We've talked to inside sources who believe that, you know, the Giants just have this vision of themselves that they are better than most. And that is the reason they will not fire someone during the season.
Oh, that's a really good answer.
I know I got it from someone else.
I know. Darn it. Yes. They didn't fire Ben McAdoo because of those reasons, and that if they toss an assistant coach out there, the chaos wouldn't be fixed. If it's a defensive coordinator, the OC running the show, then how do you put it back on with a coach who's had to deal with things like Jack Rabbit, Dominique Rodgers, Kamari, and everything else?
Not to mention that defensive coordinator has not been nearly as good as you would hope he would be.
Yep. That's good. Let's move on.
All right. We fixed that one.
Woo.
Check.
LiAngelo Ball and his two teammates shoplifted in China. The president got involved. Two-parter. Why did they do it? And why did the president get involved?
Never lost.
It is. Let me tell you this. First of all, they did it because they're spoiled brats. The LiAngelo Ball and his buddies are spoiled brats, and they don't think anything bad is going to happen to them. They don't realize that the laws in China are far stricter than the laws here. You shoplift in a mall here, kids, you're going to get in trouble. But most of that trouble is going to come from your home. You know, as long as you're not real stupid about it, which is stupid in the first place. You shoplift in China, you're going to do 2 to 10 years in jail. So, and there's other countries that cut your damn hand off. Don't do it. That's why. And then why did the president get off? He actually had to. Things are so not okay between the U.S. and China at any given moment that the story of 3 overprivileged college kids shoplifting in China while on a trip to play college basketball needed presidential attention. Think about that.
Not good look for UCLA. Back to the original one. Why did they shoplift? It might be something as simple as they think they're really smart and slick, and they think, okay, we're in China. We know in America they have cameras watching us at certain stores. So if there's
which we buy from China.
Right. If there's no cameras here, we'll just walk out with the stuff. They'll never know. They won't know it's us. Really stupid of them. To that second part, yes, President Donald Trump got involved to help these guys out because they could have been facing a long-term jail sentence in that other country. as some political reports have suggested. The conversation went something along the lines of Trump calling them a bunch of knuckleheads and please don't ruin their lives. And they said, okay, we'll move on. Who knows what else might have happened along that. It looked bad. By the way, the players have thanked President Donald Trump. Do we want the audio?
I have Leangelo's apology.
Let's hear it.
Let's do this.
I'd like to start off by saying sorry for stealing from the stores in China. I didn't exercise my best judgment, and I was wrong for that. I apologize to my family, my coaches, my teammates, and UCLA for letting so many people down. I also apologize to the people of China for causing them so much trouble. I'm a young man, however, it's not an excuse for making a really stupid decision. I don't feel sorry for myself, and I've learned my lesson from this big mistake, and I'm 110% sure that I'll not make a bad decision like this one again. I'd also like everyone to know that this does not define who I am. My family raised me better than that, and I'm going to make myself a better person from here on out. I have the utmost respect for the Chinese police department as well, and I'd like to thank them for treating me so respectfully, even after I made a stupid decision. I'm grateful for this UCLA team that stood strong beside us and made it possible for me to be sitting here in front of you all today. I respect and admire all the hard work that they put in to get us back to the United States. I would also like to thank President Trump and the United States government for the help that they provided as well. I'm grateful to be back home, and I'll never make a mistake like this again. I'm extremely sorry for those who I let down, but I'm also very thankful for all the help, love, and support that they provided, and I take full responsibility for my actions, and I'm sorry.
That's a really great apology. That's a very honest, open apology. I think it makes Trump look a little silly for reaching out earlier today, but are they going to apologize to me or thank me or what?
You really did that on Twitter. Like, we're not trying to take a shot at it. No, he really tweeted that.
Right. Are they going to thank me or what? Like, it's almost like, all right, hang on. They'll get to it. I don't know, man. Like that, I try to stay away from Trump because my 401k looks great, by the way. So I got love for the man.
I got a few more here for you. We'll move on from that before we start getting political calls.
Yeah.
John Gruden, he isn't saying no to coaching again. Why?
Smart move. Why say no to something that hasn't even been offered to you yet? You know what I mean? Why? Don't throw out there that you are unavailable when there's a chance that you will be available. If the Giants call up and go, we'll give you 5 years, $5 million a year. Wait, that's $25 million. I got Odell Beckham Jr. I got Eli right now. I'm going to have a top pick on a quarterback. Who's my GM? Who do you want? Okay, let's go.
Gruden's never been able to turn it off either. At least that's how ESPN's presented it to us. Still getting up at 4:30 in the morning, going to watch film, prepping for a game. Still got that coach feel to him. Hasn't been a head coach since 2008. With the rumors out there about the connections he has to Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken, his wife's a former cheerleader at Tennessee or a Titan cheerleader, something like that. Maybe probably Tennessee Vols. I know his son's involved with that program. He's been there 3 times the past 3 weeks. So Tennessee fans really want John Gruden. He makes $6 million a year in that Monday Night Football broadcast booth. You might have to be closer to $7 million to get John Gruden. Yeah, maybe
sure
8. I think
real?
it's 6. That's been reported. It's been 6. Yes,
I know he's the highest paid ESPN employee.
Yes,
but I thought you could probably cap that off at like the 2 to 3 range.
You know what? It might be a 2 to 3 plus endorsements. So maybe something along that line. So overall, but it feels now more so than ever before. Like every year since basically 2009, we've done the Will John Gruden coach again? Will he coach again? With Tennessee, possibly Tampa Bay, possibly the Giants opening it up. I want to hear this a few more times upcoming. 2 more for you here. Why aren't more people excited about this year's Duke basketball team? I've called it the best college basketball team we've seen since Kentucky and maybe one of the top 3 teams we've seen in the past 15 years.
Because their star isn't very likable.
Who's that?
You know who it is.
Oh my God, it's Grayson Allen! He dropped 37! Stone cold!
Grayson Allen, the best villain, the WWE heel, drops 37 last night. That's the answer. No, you're right. That's the answer. I don't even want to. We know it because people look at Duke and they're hateable and they're the villain, the Stone Cold Steve Austin, busted in, kicking butt team, and some people love it and some people hate it. That's the answer. And they got 6 McDonald's All-Americans. People say, oh, that's what Duke's supposed to do.
McDonald's.
Last one here. This one's going to confuse you a little bit, so hang with me. You know the movie Get Out?
Yeah.
Jordan Peele, the horror. Right. Some would argue one of the best movies of 2017. Not just horror movie, just best movie in general. The movie Get Out is likely to be nominated as a comedy at this year's Golden Globe Awards. Why?
Really? All right. There is definitely moments, and actually, I think it's why it's such a good suspense horror movie. They pepper in comedy. They keep it light. They don't, in between like the moments where you're sitting there going, "Oh no, don't do that. Oh, why are you doing that? Oh, dude, go run." There's funny stuff, so I can see funny in there, but not to the point where I would consider it a comedy.
So, like last year, The Martian, if you watched that movie, I think it was with Matt Damon, it won Best Comedy or Musical. The theory right now as to why it's being called that is that it's a funny movie that's projected as a satire. So even though it's a horror movie, some of the things are being satired when it involves race and culture and overall standings. That's why, rather than a drama, it's being presented as comedy. But when I heard that today, I'm thinking, it's a horror movie. It's got some dramatic scenes, but maybe just the European foreign press and everybody else is just weird with how they figure out comedies. But yeah, Get Out is a comedy somehow now.
You should watch it anyway, and it's really well done racial commentary on top of everything else. It's really well done. Like
Jordan Peele from Key and Peele did it,
which shocks me because, like I said, it did. There's like one scene where I felt so wrapped into the movie because I don't want, you know me, I hate spoilers. Even though it's been out long enough now, you should have seen it. I was so wrapped in the movie. I felt as helpless as the character who felt helpless at that moment. Like I just felt it. Like it was projected into my room. You know what I mean? It was that well done.
That's really good. That's a great movie then. If you're forgetting what you're watching, I always say that's the best acting you always can realize, whether it's male or female actors. When you forget their acting, that's when they should start winning awards.
Or when they can make you feel the way you're the characters.
Yep.
And I will say this, for no other reason than the title, you yell "Get Out" a good 20 times during that movie. You get, like seriously, like
but that screams a horror movie. Like that's every horror movie. Like get out of that room. Right. Don't go in there.
It's just the wind. It's not the wind. Get out. Just get out, man. What's wrong with you?